Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be coding an economy cog for a Discord bot. Well now, how will this economy cog work? This cog will automatically update a certain JSON file which will contain the user's Discord ID, their daily balance and then their daily count. So every time they use the daily command, there will be a time on when they use it, so it always knows when to allow them to do it again. So let's get started. First, we need to make a JSON file. We're gonna name this economy underscore data.json, and we're gonna leave that be for now. Now we're gonna create a new file here, and we're gonna name this economy.py. And now we're going to start off with like any normal cog. We're going to import Discord, of course. We're going to do from discord.external import commands. Then we're going to import JSON since we're using a JSON file. We're going to import OS because we need to read the computer's files. And then from datetime, we're going to import two specific classes, so datetime and time delta. The datetime part, we're not going to use this until we need it. So I'm going to keep this on comment, or I'll just leave it as B. You can leave it on comment mode. Just remember to uncomment that. Now we're gonna make a class. So class economy. We're gonna have parentheses, brackets. We're gonna pass in commands.cog. Then we're gonna have a colon. Then we're gonna define underscore initialize. We're gonna pass in bot right here. We're going to delete this line. We're gonna pass in self.bot, which is equivalent to bot. We're gonna pass in self.data underscore file, which is equivalent to economy underscore, so the JSON file's name, economy data dot JSON. We're gonna pass in self.data, which is equivalent to self.load underscore data, which is going to be one of our functions we add eventually. We're gonna pass in self.daily underscore amount, and then we're gonna set that to 100. So I'm out of comment here, so I remember what this is for. So the daily credit, you know what, I think we'll understand the daily amount when we have like a command. When we type in the chat /daily, it's gonna give us 100 credits, coins, balance, whatever you want to call it. It's your economy system, you can call it whatever. Okay, now we have to make 3 functions to help us interact with the JSON file and the Discord side. So first we're gonna make a function called load data. So see, this turned yellow, so that means we're finally using this. This can be the function for it. So self.load data, pass itself, and we have a colon. And now this function is going to load economy data from the JSON file. So this is going to connect this to this whenever you want to load or get data from the JSON file. So what we're going to do is if not os.path.exists and self.data file. So if this does not exist, sorry, you have to add a colon right here. If this path does not exist in the economy data, then return curly brackets, quotation marks, users, and then curly brackets once more. And then we're gonna add with open self.data file, comma, quotation marks, pass in R, and then outside as F, add colon right here, return JSON dot load, and then pass in F once more. Okay, so that's the first function done. We're gonna work on the next function called save data. This will have self in it, add a colon. This will save economy data to JSON file. So when we use daily in Discord, it's gonna add that amount, and then it's gonna load the JSON file. So what we do first is we do with open brackets self.data file. So right here, oops. Self.data file, comma, as, then quotation marks W this time, and then as F, something, oh, whoops. Okay, I did something wrong here. Okay, no, sorry, it's because we didn't finish. Now we're gonna pass in JSON.dump self.data, no, self.data, just data, colon or comma, sorry, F, comma, indent equals 4. Now we're gonna work on the final function, which is going to be called to get user data. So I think we get this. It's going to get the user data, but since this JSON will automatically update, it's also going to make the user's data if they're not in the economy JSON. So get underscore user data self, and then user underscore ID. So this is going to use the Discord user ID so they can figure out who and who isn't inside the economy JSON file. So this is going to be a little bit longer than both of these. So we're going to do if string, which is the user ID, not in self dot data, and then square brackets, and then quotation marks users. So if they're not in the user spot, which we're going to update the economy JSON manually so it understands where everything goes. If they're not here, colon, then self.data, self-data, square bracket, quotation marks, users, square bracket, string, parentheses or brackets, user ID is equal to, then curly brackets, enter, then quotation marks, balance, we're going to pass it balance. This is the default values, balance, 0, then this is the next part, then quotation mark, last underscore daily equals none. So when this is in the JSON file, it's going to be structured as this. This is going to be like the amount you have. So whenever you use daily, it's going to add 100 every single time. And the last daily, this is going to use time, the datetime import, and it's going to like calculate the time, write that down here. So if they try using it again like a minute later, it's going to tell them it has not been a certain amount of time before you have used the daily. So now we're going to enter backspace, and we're going to return self.data square bracket quotation mark users square bracket string brackets pass in user underscore ID, and that's get user data. So it wasn't actually that long. You can save the file. Now we're going to add the final part, or the next part we usually do whenever you have a cog. It's gonna be at commands dot cog dot listener, enter asynchronize or async def on underscore ready, pass in self, then a colon, print, and I'm gonna follow the same style I usually do whenever I have my thing, which is just economy cog as loaded. So I'm pretty sure it's just that. Yep. Now we have to close off the entire class. So async def set up pass in bot colon, then you add in await bot dot add underscore cog, then the class's name economy brackets, and then pass in bot. Now we can save the file, we can close it if you want. Now we have to add the data that's going to be fit into the entire system. So it's going to be curly brackets, enter, quotation mark, pass in users, colon, and then curly bracket. And then you can save this. So we're going to run this to see if there's any errors. Nothing will work yet because we don't have any values or anything or commands, so we can't automatically dock somebody yet. So let's run Python file. So we have run the thing completely fine. It says YTBot is ready, economy cog is loaded, meaning everything's running. There's still 16 commands because we didn't add anything to economy. No commands economy yet. The moderation cog is loaded, utility cog is loaded. So if we open up Discord, we can see the bot is online right here. All the commands work. All the commands work, so yep, see, clear still works. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Next episode we are going to be adding 3 or 2 commands to the economy cog. I'm pretty sure those will be balance, pay, or daily. I think we'll start off with daily because we need to test if the economy data JSON works. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys have a great day or night, and please subscribe. See you guys later.